Good morning, I'm Barbara Di Innocenzo. Today we're demonstrating a modern approach to live switching. MixBoard, a software-based production switcher by Foray, powered by ClassX, for composition-first production, fast recall and hybrid input environments. It switches like a broadcast tool, but it builds like a graphics system, with a clean operational workflow. What you're watching right now is a newsroom-style MixBoard project. Persistent branding, real-time chroma keying, live layered graphics, and composed PIP layouts that can be recalled instantly as the story changes. Operation in multiple sources under pressure. The same build method adapts cleanly to corporate events, keynotes, conferences, internal communications, worship, education, and broadcast programming. Anywhere you need consistent branding, quick changes, and reliable delivery across platforms. The challenge is familiar across all of those environments. A single rundown can include multiple sources and contributions, often under time pressure with multiple deliverables required at the same moment. MixBoard is built for that reality, so those inputs can be mixed in one project and treated as first-class sources inside the same composed look. As we roll through the project, you'll see the operational workflow behind the scenes. 3 facts to watch for. First, any input mixed freely, SDI, IP, remote contribution, web sources, and media, even in mixed resolutions and frame rates. Second, unlimited layering with a composition-first workflow, using reusable compositor scenes and live shaders on the video inputs. Third, modern delivery flexibility, multiple outputs, multiple feeds, and audio routing that remains explainable. To prove that hybridity, we're bringing in a remote contributor alongside our studio camera. Notice the result. Both sources are framed, branded, and managed inside a single scene, ready to be aired without adding separate systems or awkward workarounds. And because the look is built as a MixBoard project, it's not a one-off. It's repeatable. You can recall it and repurpose it for a next show, whether that's a webinar or a full broadcast production. Key point, everything you're seeing was assembled inside MixBoard as one cohesive project that can be saved and shared. Next, we'll open this exact project and walk through how it was built step by step. We'll show the input setup, the reusable compositor scenes, the transitions that gave it a broadcast polish, SoundFlex audio structure, and how multiple outputs can serve different deliverables from the same show. So you can adapt this workflow to your live production.
So hello, this is Barbara Di Innocenzo again, and here we are in the live moment of this webinar. So we have just seen the little pre-production that we have made by using MixBoard, and then we will comment with Fabio about this little setup that we did. Okay, so in the webcam you will see my operations. Actually, I have a touch screen in front of me. Okay. So a little bit of an introduction about the GUI of MixBoard. We have the possibility of having 4 channel outputs. And these 4 outputs, we can toggle between them here. So it's very easy to use the 4 channels. And here on the left-hand side, we have the preview. I'm actually in preview. And the program, they have a shade of green, a shade of red. In the middle, we have the transition controls and then the keyer controls, and we will just see them in a second. Okay, in the lower part we have the multi-view where we have set up we can set up up to 24 inputs, but we set up here fewer inputs just for the sake of showing you the different inputs that we can use. It's very, very easy to create an input because I go onto an empty space and I right click, and then I have all of these possible inputs that I can choose among. Okay, so here I will just put in something like color bars, which is a placeholder. It has audio and also video. Okay. So let's notice something very peculiar about MixBoard's GUI. So under the preview and the program areas, we have some control areas. These control areas have the specific controls of that specific video input that has been set up. So in this case, what we have seen before, right? It was these squeezes, the removal of the filters. Okay, we go back and then we do the squeeze in, and now we have a video input just next to us, which is the Mix Compositor, which offers us some more possibilities that we'll see in a minute, and so on. Under the program, we don't have anything special. So let's put something quickly into program in a gesture that you can do only with MixBoard. Okay, I will put into program the show reel. The show reel goes into program like this. Okay, so I have dragged with on my touch screen the show reel onto program, and now it's on program, and it's just a media playlist of media looping. Okay. Next, what to say? Let's see what kind of transitions we can make between program and preview. Okay, we are used to the cut and fade ones, okay, but are we also used to these ones, which are real 3D transitions with PBR rendering and a real 3D real-time engine that is inside MixBoard? It is very nice, is it? So let's notice something. If I hit again this transition button, there is some black background. That means that I have nothing specific as set as background. So let's set the background here. I will just drag the background here onto the background button, hit background, and now we have a background running all the time. That means that if I hit transition again, I will have this beautiful broadcast background. Okay, what happens if I do again my compositor, because I know you want to know about the compositor layout switches. Okay, they look much better now because they don't have a black background. They have a real animated background. So this is the way that we use MixBoard. We use it in layers. As we said, it builds like a graphic tool. Okay, what about, let's say, keyers? Okay, we have 4 keyers, and these 4 keyers are amazing because it's really easy to use them. So let's do something like this. Okay, we will use now our Fabio here. Okay, there we have Fabio is here, and we want to add a lower third. Okay, a lower third, a logo on Fabio. Okay, let's put the logo here on keyer number 1. Okay, we put the logo on air, or if I'm unsure of what I'm doing, I will do another thing. I will put him into the preview. Okay, let's look what the logo looks like. So I will right click on logo and I see, oh no, it's all full screen. I can't use this as a logo. Okay, let's go into the keyer part, into the keyer editor, and do this. So let's look in real time how we can resize this logo to put it graphically into the correct place. Okay, this is good like this. We love this. We'll do a little fade in, fade out like this in 50 frames, 50 like this, and then yeah, like we call it fade, yeah, success. And there it is. Now we have set it up. Very good. That means that if I press this little eye icon, I see the fade in and fade out that it does. Okay, we're happy with that. Very good. So we can send now Fabio on air again. Okay, let's send him on air with a cool transition, a MixBoard wipe. Okay, there he is. And he also has bring the logo with him, which was on the keyer. And I can do something very nice. I can also link his keyer to his video input. That's what I did here. Very good. I go back with a transition, another wipe, Mix Like a Pro. There he is. And he has brought his keyer with him. Okay, this is good. And let's go on. We have lots of things to show yet. And I think that one of the things that you would love to see me do is create from scratch a layout. So let's go and see how this would look like. Let's open and create a compositor, what I have done here. So in order to have the compositor, I bring it into the preview. I will remove the logo preview from here by right-clicking on logo, and here I can do the compositing editing. Okay, the compositor editing. I can add texts, pictures, vector shapes, and video inputs. Let's start with the video input. And so I am on the first keyframe. I have this video input. I'm resizing it now because I want to do a two pictures, like one next to the other. So I will put it here, put it into the safe area that I see, and then I'll go Control-C, Control-V, there it goes. And thanks to the alignment tools, I'll align it just here, and I can, okay, resize them as I wish, like this. I'm perfectly happy with them. I select them both with Control. I want them both to have a border. So the border can be any color. I leave it white and have it a little bit thicker like this. And I'm already happy. Very good. Let's add a text. The text will go here and have a bigger font, a bigger size. And so here's the text. What do we type in? Of course, MixBoard. There it is. Okay. But I mean, we could want to do some editing of this text then when we have it on air or when it's in preview, right? So then we will make this text editable. Okay, so we hit this flag. Now what we can do is take this keyframe, copy it onto the next keyframe, and do the transitions, do the modifications that we want in our next keyframe. So MixBoard, we want it out. The second video input, we want it out, so we drag it out. And this one, we want it full screen. Control-D, default. There it is, it's full screen. So we have already created an animation. We'll see it in a minute, okay? So another thing to do is give it good names. So left. Let's call this left. Let's call this F2. Right, okay? And so it has, they make sense, right? And we will see them. So now we save the project and we call it test1, like this. Now we close it and we have test1 here. Left, right, they are my cross points that I have set up, okay? Let's go to the keyframe number 1. Here we have it. We have MixBoard, the writing. Okay, we want to change it, but we also want to change the cross points. We don't want them both to be the same. Very good. Let's put the show reel into the second cross point. How would I do that? Of course, drag and drop our operations. Let's take the show reel and put it into this cross point. There it is. So now I go full frame to the slate like this, and then like that. Isn't this nice? So let's now modify the text. We want to modify the text. We add a record. Okay. Double click webinar. There it is. Already modified. And if I create more records, I can go and switch very quickly from one record to the other one. Isn't this nice? Okay, very good. Put this on air. Cut. There it is, on air. There you go. Simple, simple, simple as pie. Very good. So I would leave now the words to Fabio. And so he can add something maybe technical to this.
Okay, thank you very much for your explanation, Barbara, and good afternoon to everybody. Yes, let me add a few words about something more, slightly more technical in regards of Barbara mentioned in his presentation about many different kind of inputs. I would like to point the focus on the video input manager. So if you can open it for me. So this is a very powerful tool. All your video input are listed here. There is a possibility to add up to 24 different inputs. different kind of inputs. So from legacy SDI to NDI to SRT to the compositor she showed a minute ago. Another very powerful crosspoint we have is the Chromium crosspoint, which is able to run web pages, to run YouTube, to run many items and to interact with them. And the playlist. So many different kind of inputs can be put together to work. But because of this many different kind of input, we list the source info, so you can see what is actually getting in. And if you look at that list, you immediately picture that there are some different kind of inputs, no? So MixBoard is very powerful in this functionality because we have a video input common resolution at the bottom of this panel, which allow you to scale all the input to that common resolution. That is very powerful because you don't have to care about which resolution are coming in. And it's very common that you receive many different kind of video resolution because we are not talking about SDI, which is going to be HD or 3G, and that's standard, but we are talking about streams, and you might not knowing which is the input resolution. So we convert. Another very powerful features of which is available for every video input is that if you click on the settings icon, it opens this panel, and we have the audio functionality, which allows you to map your video input audio, and you have the equalizer to level up the signal, to regulate the signal. Okay. Thank you, Barbara. But another very powerful functionality of the video input is the FX, which allow to open this GUI and allow you to enable all the functionality for effects like the noise, like the green screen, the color correction, etc., etc. One very important functionality is also the shader functionality, which allow you to include extra processing, extra effect from a list of effects, very different effects to give some fashion to your production. There are standard that we include, but there is an editor for the most advanced user, and you can build or import from external editor your effect. And this is immediately applied to your video input. Okay. And I guess there is another important feature that MixBoard is providing, which is the Tally functionality that allow to integrate with Tally system. So we have a Tally manager here. So inputs and output can communicate and can be integrated with the Tally. We have version 3.1 and version 5 of the Tally TSL protocol. Okay. I think a mention should go to the possibility to control MixBoard. Barbara mentioned touchscreen, which is an option. Another option is, of course, mouse and keyboard. That is not suitable for, I don't know, editing the composition or this kind of operation. But we also have an official MixBoard control panel, which looks like a switcher control panel. But we are also integrated with BitFocus companion. So any device that is able to work with a companion can control MixBoard. MixBoard has available API. So if anyone want to integrate the control of MixBoard, is possible through API, but also already integrated with automation system like QPilot. Another okay, here is showing the QPilot integration.
Okay. Sorry, I was muted. So this is how we made the video. We triggered Liveboard and MixBoard operations directly from the Qt pilot. So everything was done live recording in real time. So that was all Qt pilot. This is OSC protocol controlling MixBoard and also the graphics of Liveboard contemporarily.
Okay, switching back to audio.
Okay.
I guess there is an important point. MixBoard is not only video, but we have a complete audio switcher. At the beginning, I introduced the possibility to map the audio sources for every input, and then you have the possibility to mix with the SoundFlex audio switcher. By default, SoundFlex audio switcher do perform audio follow video, but of course, several manipulation of the audio like solo or like other functionality are available for more complex operation. And you can recall the input configuration and do your audio mixing. Okay, I guess that's all. It's an overview of the MixBoard.